Net, Nets Kingdom.
To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it. Yeah.
Bruh, really? Bruh, really?
Yo. The Brooklyn Nets lose game 2 down to 0. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We're gonna shout out the chat real quick. BB, Dante, Wavy Jeff, what's good? Carolina, C Prino, what's good? Jimmy J. Yeah, man. Ron C, what's up, bro? All the guys in the chat. Who else is in here? West End 125, NBA's Life, Caden. Hey, what's up? Yeah, man. It's the false hope. You know, the false hope. It's just, what can you say? I mean, we'll start in the first quarter. This was, this is the defense. Now, we talked about this like literally yesterday, Rage. Like the defense that, what was Jacques Vaughn going to do? Was he going to stick with the game plan and see if the 76ers role players are going to shoot like that again? Or was he going to change it up? And we saw similar what they did last time. He did stick with the game plan. I saw a little bit of zone. But in that first quarter, Cam Johnson was just unbelievable. I know Mikhail didn't have it going tonight, but 7 of the Nets' first 10 points was Cam Johnson. DFS had an early 3 offensive rebound, and Nets led the Sixers 10-7 with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. In the end of the first quarter, the Nets tied the Sixers at 25-25. Sixers shot 2 for 10 from 3, and the Nets shot 50% from 3. Mikal Bridges was not doing good. DFS was okay. He was hitting some shots, and then Cam Johnson and DFS combined for, let's see, 7 for 10. Oh, so we combined for 7 for 10 shooting. 7 for 10 shooting. And the second quarter, again, Cam Johnson was just, he carried us tonight, man. But what was your thoughts early in this first half, bro?
Well, I like the look we were giving them defensively. It looked like we looked really fluent defensively on that end. Cam Johnson was unbelievable. I was happy with the way Dorian Finney-Smith played. I thought he played a really good game defensively as well.
Yeah,
and it looked good. But like you talked about and like you tweeted, we were worried about how sustainable the offense would be, and that came back to bite us. Because although like we looked all right offensively and we were making our shots and we were getting stops, it completely flipped a switch in that third quarter.
Yeah. What did you think the big? Well, let me read these halftime stats, because we shot. Okay, this is the sniper shooting we've been waiting for the Nets to shoot like, and this is what you were telling me. Like, okay, we're gonna keep doubling Embiid and let's see if the role players step up. And the Embiid and Harden were trash. You know, they were trash in that first half.
It was Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Maxey only.
Tyrese Maxey literally only the Nets where Tyrese Maxey will carry the 76ers tonight. For like, if they didn't have Tyrese Maxey, I don't know where the Sixers fans, if you in here, you guys are blessed to have Tyrese Maxey because he saved you guys tonight. I don't know what the Sixers would have done if they didn't have Maxey.
You're also blessed to go up against the Brooklyn Nets, who score 84 points in a playoff game.
Majority of the Sixers team was trash tonight. I mean, besides Maxey and a little bit of Tobias. I mean, Embiid started to cook a little bit at the end, but majority of the game, it was for us to stay in the, like, we could have went have a bigger lead in the game, and we could have been up by like 10 or 15 points. But the reason we weren't up by 10 or 15 points is because Maxey was just constantly hitting threes, hitting us with those daggers in the corners. And I tweeted this out. I'm like, I don't want to leave him open. I don't know why the Nets leave Tyrese Maxey open. He is a great shooter. Anybody else? We left PJ Tucker open. You saw PJ Tucker stats tonight. 0-0-0 and like 20% from three.
He didn't do anything.
0-0-0. He had a donut
just,
tonight.
It makes me upset too, because it's like a lot of this stuff. It's like it's effort and it's dumb. Like how I don't understand. Like I don't understand. Right, the one guy that's been killing you all game, you're like, let's leave him open. Let's leave him open. Why? What was the point of that? And then the rotation started getting really bad, and the 76ers started to hit their shots. Why? Because they were wide open. I don't know what changed. We started doubling Embiid at the 3-point line. Why would we start that? Embiid wasn't doing anything at all the first half. Why would we go to something that we weren't doing in the first half when our first half offense, our defense was good?
Yeah. So it was 49-44 at the half. We shot from three. We were shooting 36%, 8 for 22 from three. The Sixers were shooting 4 for 16, 25% from three. 7-11 from the foul line, and then for rebounds, it was 19-26. We did get out rebounded at halftime. 14-11, we won the assist battle, and then turnovers. We did a good job of forcing turnover. 12 turnovers for the Sixers at the half.
Very excited to talk about the rebounding tonight. Very excited to talk about the rebounding. We lost the rebounding battle tonight by 23, 56-33. Yeah, we went small, and that was something that was going to come with it, but a lot of it's second chance points and effort. I mean, Paul Reed had his way, and obviously Embiid was going to get his way too, but it's like, we were at a point where I think we were like down 3, and or even maybe less than that, maybe like it was 1. Paul Reed got an offensive rebounds, and he was able to get 2, and then he was we get the ball right, and then he gets tied up, and then they get the jump ball, and they score 2 more points.
Yeah. Because this was the perfect formula of a game for us to steal. Like the cards were all lined up for us to steal, but we just had to stay consistent with the offense for 2 quarters. All the Nets needed was 2 quarters just to stay consistent with the offense.
That's not going to happen.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not
stay consistent. We just need an offensive spark for 2 quarters, and we could have stole this game. And it sucks because, again, Tyrese Maxey really led the Sixers tonight. If you want to keep it real, you keep it 1,000, bro.
Yes, he was their best player.
Tucker had 8 rebounds. He out-hustled. Okay, he had 8 rebounds. My fault. I thought he had the 0-0-0. Well, all the other stats I know it was 0-0-0.
Yeah, he had 8 rebounds. Yeah, I mean that was it. And he had 3 assists. But
yeah, but like I said, I'll leave him open all day.
Let's leave Maxey open.
But what was the biggest reason from the halftime? Like, we'll talk about this. What was the biggest reason, bro? Because everything changed in that third quarter, and the Sixers went on a 20-5 run. Why did it? Like, what happened in that third quarter, bro? Go ahead, Chubbs.
I think it's simple. Like, the Nets couldn't hit water in the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
They just couldn't shoot. And it's a constant we've seen since the trade. Like, this team just randomly for obscenely long amounts of times, they just don't know how to shoot, or they can't even make the simplest of baskets. And when you're in a position where you have Cam Johnson cooking, and he's pretty much the only focal point of your offense for that first half, the seeds were there for us to completely blow this.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate to see, because this was a game you had to steal. This was a game you had to steal. James Harden was terrible. You managed to hold Joel Embiid for as long as you could.
Till the 4th, basically.
Until the 4th. You should have stole this game.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Like, I'd say if Cam Johnson managed to stay consistent and someone managed to come alive in that second half, maybe, but then again, how the fuck can we even close it if you're just going to give it to Dinwiddie and let him handle the fucking offense?
Oh, we got to talk about Dinwiddie tonight, bro, because this was bad.
It pains me to say it, but come on now, like.
Bro, this was bad. Spencer, this performance by Spencer, man. And it's like, bro, CJ and Mikal are just putting their hearts on the line for these past 2 games. We saw Mikal go crazy the first game. CJ was decent. Now, second game, we saw Mikal kind of slow down a little bit, but CJ was on fire. He carried us. And Mikal started cooking in the end a little bit, in third and the fourth. And then Spencer, it's just like, bro, ever since he talked smack to Kyle Kuzma, it's been yo.
No, and you know what, AJ? It's not even that.
Yeah.
Like, people have been talking about his quote where he said, "Oh, Clax has to catch some of these things." Spence is just making it harder for himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's digging his own fucking grave, and it's sad to see because you can't get in your spat with Kyle Kuzma, have the game one you had, then say what you said about your own teammates in Claxton, which in my opinion is not that deep, but it's still just a bad look, and then come back and have this game.
Bro,
can't do that.
He was
like,
looking
and like, you can't defend that. Anybody that does defend it, you know good and damn well if 11 was here and he did that, you would crucify him.
Facts.
Y'all would crucify him.
Preach,
and that's not even to defend, bring his name up, but we know how we would act if it was someone else outside of Dinwiddie, and we have that nostalgia, so it's just like, he can do no wrong. Like, no.
Yeah, but you know
Like,
what
he
the thing,
looks
you know what the thing is too, Chubbs? We run the same offense like we have 11 on our team, or we have 7 on our team. It doesn't work. It didn't even work. We didn't work last year. It's not. It's really not working. Like,
so, what was the reason why the going small, the 5-out offense worked in the first half? Like, why was that working in the first half? Is it just because we were shooting well? Is that why it was working?
Yeah, no, we were shooting well, i.e. Cam Johnson literally carrying us, because outside of Cam Johnson and Seth, who was really performing in that first half?
Cam Johnson was unbelievable.
Unbelievable in that first half. But
like, you can't even
once
make
again,
that up.
That's why it was working. That's why the offense was
he was
working.
our only focal point of consistent
sad,
offense.
bro.
Like, someone had to step up next to him. Like, Mikal had a good third. He had his moments, but ultimately, it can't just be 2 people on a playoff team, especially when they're not superstars.
I don't care. Like this, you're not. I don't care. You're not going to win a playoff game with Spencer Dinwiddie as your point guard. I mean, it's just not a point guard, not a starting point guard at all. I don't care what anyone says, but you can't play 41 minutes as a starting point guard and have 12 points and 6 assists. Be for real, bro. Be for real. You shot 5 of 14. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are
How many
we doing?
turnovers he had?
Then again, he might say Clax didn't set screens good enough, or someone didn't set screens good enough. So that's probably
if you don't go into the offseason, or at least try and fix this point guard situation soon, you're gonna be losers for a long time. Losers. You're gonna lose a lot. Losers. You're not gonna do it. You can't. It's no hate. But he's just not a starting point guard. He never has been. But all the Nets do, which is the organization's horrible. We just put a bunch of guys into situations like they've never been in and expect it to work. It's hilarious. Like sometimes, like a lot of times, I do blame Dinwiddie because a lot of times, like it can't be his fault. But it all falls on Sean Marks, and it all falls on the organization. They're at fault for this, for how we end up. Like,
we have no direction. This team has no direction. Let me read the super chat. Shout out to Dren23. He said, "Coach is straight delusional. Burnt the players out. It's like he forgot there was a bench." And I put this tweet out, and it's crazy, right? I put this tweet out in the third quarter about what is the reason for the Joe Harris minutes. 68 replies in 16 minutes. People were going crazy on Joe Harris because it's
people
like,
do not like.
What are we? How was he impacting the
Joe
game?
Harris impact. The Joe Harris impact. He was a plus 19 today. Oh my gosh!
And coach is putting Joe Harris in with no impact in the game. Like, you got to put players in that are at least going to make an impact. Like, change something up.
And AJ, you know what's crazy? As much as we dragged Seth, one thing we can all agree: he's a fucking playoff performer, and that's not even an exaggeration. Bro was literally one of our best players last year on one leg.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to figure out why Nets fans are like crucifying Seth. I'm like,
fraction less than Joe.
I'm like,
what is his excuse?
I'm like,
what is your
bro?
excuse?
Seth can stay out there because Seth is giving us at least some buckets, but Joe. It's like if you're gonna just put Joe out there to run around, I might as well put Yuta out there. Yuta Watanabe is 6'8". He can play better defense than Joe, and he'll at least impact the game. Some maybe he'll impact the game better than Joe. I'll try Yuta at this point because it's like, why are you putting him out there?
Our bench is beyond terrible. Royce O'Neal, Joe Harrison, Seth Curry's your bench. Are you kidding me? That's it. That's who you're running with. I mean, like, obviously, like we went when. Off the trade deadline, you weren't expecting like you knew like what the season was going to end up to be, but like a lot of the time it's like it just hurts to watch. Like I don't get mad because my expectations are high. I get mad because our team isn't good and it's not fun to watch. This team isn't fun to watch a lot of the time. Like It isn't. I know, and I know I should be expecting that, but why would I watch it in the first place if I did that then? Why don't I just go into the game? Oh, this team's going to be shitty to watch. Why do I even turn on the game?
Shout out
But
to
Rage,
Joel
Rage, you're
Brewer.
negative if you say that. You're negative if you say that.
Shout out Joel Brewer. Usually I have a lot to say, but today I don't. Shout out to BB. He said Josai was there. I hope he sees what's wrong with his team. Dinwiddie's ego is killing this team. Maybe a sweep will wake Josai up. Well, didn't wake him up when when we got swept last year.
I think he's getting his money for the Nets being in. He does not care.
Yeah,
I
as
think
long as he gets his money, he
does
don't really
not
care. You know,
as long as business is technically booming because the Nets are in the playoffs, so that's a positive. He does not care.
What did I remember who said that. I think we were on stream and Callaway said it. She was like, "Don't buy tickets for Thursday." I was like, why Callaway say that? But if we go down 3-0, I understand. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I won't complain. I really don't. I won't complain.
Mind you, it's 2-0. Like I'll leave a little positivity in it. It's 2-0. At the end of the day, the series is over when a team wins 4 games.
Yeah,
and there's literally that 7-game series, and we got 2 games at home. Let's see what happens in that aspect because.
There's the positivity we needed, Charles.
Like,
there it is.
You know what? I'll add on to that. You know what? At least times in this game, you had something to be happy about. The defense, like you gave up 96 points. I mean, I'm happy with that. But then I get back, to them like, how do you score 84 points as an NBA team? Oh, I forgot because your team isn't good.
Like that first half couldn't have gone any more perfect. Like mind, and it's kind of like the first half last game in a sense. We played it pretty good. It's just that the Sixers shot out of their minds. This game is more so they hit the shots that really mattered and counted in the time of the game that kind of kept up with us, but didn't like close the gap that much. So when they went on that run, it just felt like we couldn't do anything.
I do feel like this team. You go.
No, you go.
I feel like I do feel like with this team, like if you get an actual starting point guard who's like, an actual starting point guard, this team is really good. You just gotta upgrade your bench a little bit and figure out and bring Cam Johnson back. But I feel like that's what it falls down onto. And it's like, yeah, it's obviously gonna take a little bit of time after, dealing Kevin Durant and all that and just completely like just taking a huge step backwards. But it's just like, I mean, if you have a guy who's really facilitating like that and is a reliable scorer as well, this team this offense flows a lot better. This team will flow a lot better. But the thing is, it's like, I mean, if you're 41 minute point guard drops 12 points and 6 assists on 5 of 14 shooting, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the game.
Shout out to Joel, but he said love for Saint. And then let me read some of the chat. Chat is saying if we don't win game 3, oh yeah, this is a must-win game. If we don't win game 3, obviously it's a wrap, but losing today proves that we'll still won't win Jack. Shout out to Carolina. I'm in an abusive relationship with the Nets because I don't want to watch game 3, but I know I'll watch it. Yeah. See, I don't blame fans for like not wanting to watch sometimes and because this is
I'll always watch the games, but I will admit it hurts.
Yeah, I'm always gonna watch.
I'll always be with my team. It's like no matter how bad it gets, like we'll still be here. Like the Kingdom will still be.
No,
here,
I'm just saying I don't blame fans for like not wanting to watch.
Yeah,
I don't blame fans for that. Like I'm not gonna be like, yo, you're not a good fan. Like I'm not gonna like come at you.
We want to turn off the game a lot, so it's okay.
We need to disband like. For sports going forward, like as sports fans, we need to disband the idea of taking pride in rooting for bullshit.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't do this under any circumstance, but because it's a sports team, you have to go through this. You have to have that Stockholm syndrome of I know this is bad, but I can't. No, like you can admit this is terrible and still root for this team.
Yeah.
Like you can do that.
Hopefully, shout out to Wavy Jeff. Hopefully, we play better in Brooklyn. Shout out to D Monster, not going to happen. Shout out to IJ. I just want to watch Cam Thomas the next game. I saw a question in the chat. Can we play better at home? That's a good question. I have no idea. I really don't.
I can't answer that.
I really can't answer that. I mean, Mikhail and CJ have been amazing for us. I mean, these first 2 games. Can they be any better than can Cam be any CJ can he get better than this? Can CJ do better than this?
I don't really
can Mikhail go crazy like he did game 1 again?
No, like I don't know like how like with Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, those are like guys that you're like confident in and like they'll play well.
Yeah.
But I mean, Nick Claxton and Dinwiddie, like you can't be this bad, bro. Like you got to be better. You got to be better. Got to be. And Claxton didn't play a lot, obviously, like because we went small ball, but it was like when he did play, it didn't look good. And I mean Spencer Dinwiddie played 41 minutes and it was not good. He had one good stretch early in the fourth quarter and it lasted for like 30 seconds.
Shout out to Dante. Jacques Fraud doesn't want to play Cam Thomas. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players that I think, like I said, the Joe Harris minutes, I'm kind of good off Joe. If he's like, I'm good off Joe right now, bro. I don't need it anymore. Like,
much rather.
I'll put Yuta in. I'll put CT in.
I'll put in Sumner, man. Anything to push the pace on offense and just be able to attack the rim and create more opportunities. Because if you're attacking the rim, like I know Embiid's down there, and God, he's a force, but you can still like that'll still create more opportunities no matter who's in that paint. Because if
let me ask you all this: does Cam Thomas change anything if we play Cam Thomas at home on Game 3?
Well, if he's somehow in his bag, but a lot of times like it's like, I mean, I don't think it hurts to go to him, but like, I mean, I don't think anyone sees him dropping like 40 or 30. Like he has to drop a lot for him to have like a huge impact because like a lot of times like when he's in, it's usually like a short stint with like in games that matter. And he usually doesn't really perform because that's just not the player he is. Like he's not going to perform well in small stints. But I mean, like you might as well play him with how stagnant this offense is.
Yeah, and mind you, he has the offensive ability to say yes, bring him in, but the defense you do have to factor that in. Like we saw Spence and Royce on Embiid a lot. Like we bring Cam Thomas in. There's going to be a good amount of times he's going to be switched on to Embiid, whether willingly or unwillingly, and that's just a recipe for disaster. Not saying he'll be trash on offense. He'll be amazing on offense if he gets it going, but on defense, that's where we run into problems.
Shout out to Joel. Welcome to the F land. I mean, Nets, Payne, FJV, FSD. Yeah, it's getting bad, bro. I mean, I'm truly trying to figure out what happened in the second half. I know we went cold, but it's like we stopped. Like this offense just doesn't look good, bro. I'm watching Spencer dribble it up the court, and he doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. It just looks like a scrambled YMCA. Pass it to you, cut back, get it back, pass it to you, cut back, get it back. Like it doesn't have no kind of organization.
I'm just ready for the offseason. Like I think I speak for everyone when I say this. I'm done. It hurts to watch, and we already know what the outcome is going to be. It's just like right. I'm ready for it to be over. Like I'm done. I can't watch any more Spencer Dinwiddie point guard starting minutes. I can't watch him get 41 minutes and do nothing. Like I can't do it. I can't do it. How does Mikal Bridges have more assists than you, bro?
Yeah.
Come on. You can't do that. I mean, oh my gosh, man.
Shout out to Ramel. He said if the Nets lose at home, we done as a team. Also, how the Knicks looking better than the Nets. Yeah, it's sad to say.
The Knicks are better than us because that's just how it is. The Knicks are better than us. It hurts to actually like comprehend, but it is. That's just what it is.
And Claxton tonight, bro. The past 2 games, it's been really bad for Clax. I don't know what happened to Clax.
Claxton,
on his birthday? He got benched on his birthday.
Question. What does he even do? How is he so ass? No, I'm just kidding.
Clax, I'm a Clax fan, man, and this is just it hurts to see this. It hurts to watch this.
He looked horrible, like horrible.
He got benched. Like he literally got benched. Like they were putting DFS out there rather than Clax.
Yo, DFS was kind of holding his own though.
And it was just unbelievable. He'd rather go small than play Claxton. I don't know let me know in the chat. What's the answer for Claxton in the chat, bro? What is he?
That man Claxton not do well in the playoffs last year.
I think it's more so have a move on offense, and it sounds like I'm hating, but no, like genuinely have a move on offense.
There was a possession like when he caught the ball at high post, right? And it was kind of like he did. Remember what Ben Simmons used to do and not look at the look at the rim. He did the same exact thing. He didn't look at the rim and he was looking at Spencer.
Clax needs a bag. He definitely needs.
Clax was frozen, bro. Like I never seen Clax like this whole season. I never seen Clax like that. He was like frozen at the high post. Like he was just like.
You know what? Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy to think that we still have Ben Simmons on this roster?
I don't even want to talk about
There's
that.
no
yeah.
way. There's no way we
That's
actually
insane.
are. There's no way we're actually living in an actual world.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead,
Yeah,
Shelton. I
but-
know you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, Clax definitely needs a bag because nobody's setting him up. He's still in the phase of he still needs to be set up to have an impact on offense. On defense, I think he's had his moments, he's had his flashes, but offense, he needs to develop in the offseason. I think this offseason will be his first offseason genuinely like, yo, start developing something. Because it's we can't say he took a leap when now in the playoffs you still need to be set up to give us offense.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Shout out to Syph. In defense of Claxton, if Dinwiddie can't throw lobs, you're taking away 80% of his offense.
No, Cypher, that's Claxton's fault, so I don't want to hear that.
Shout out to Wavy Jeff. Clax needs a jump shot. Shout out to Peoples Hernandez. Clax needs to talk to a god.
Yeah. He needs an offense where he can cook by himself, not being set up by anybody. Because look at every center, even the shittiest ones. They have a little post hook. They got a little floater. They got a little something in their arsenal. Is like, okay, I can get this if I'm here, if I have the ball. Like you need something.
I'm truly just wondering how much of that is on Claxton rather than just the organization, because we've known that what Claxton's bag has been like way before he got to Brooklyn, and I feel like we're limiting him because like a lot of the times we limit players to what they can do. I mean, it happens on a lot of instances. I've been saying with how this stuff goes, if we had Herb Jones on our team, he wouldn't have taken a single three in the Nets uniform.
Yeah.
But you see what he's doing in New Orleans.
I'd say it's a 50-50 thing because when prospects come to the NBA, it's really a 50-50 of the franchise and the player themselves determining how they're going to translate to the NBA, because you see a lot of like role players could fuck anybody up on a YMCA level.
Of course, every role player.
But when you hit that but now when they get to the NBA, it's like, okay, you're only good at certain things. So now your role here is completely different.
To be fair,
so
Clax is playing against one of the best. You know, this is literally an MVP, Joel Embiid, like the best player in the league.
Oh yeah, Embiid is not an easy task.
It's not like, you know,
it's not like it's an easy task. But when you're versing Paul Reed, I expect you to do something. That's what I'm saying.
When you're playing Paul Reed, I expect you to do.
You can do a little something.
But it was like, in a lot of the time, like Claxton was on Paul Reed. It was like, Paul Reed was having his way with Claxton. I'm not gonna lie.
Shout out to Richard. Claxton is working on his offense. Give him time. Yeah,
Man, we have all the time in the world, bro. We just traded Kevin Durant. We just traded Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
I'm upset at the coaching staff. I'm upset at the coaching staff because I know Claxton took a leap this year, but the next leap, it better be letting Claxton shoot in games and working on his jumper and his offensive bag. It has to be. That's the next leap. If they don't do that, the coaches staff don't do that this offseason, I'm gonna be very upset. It's got to be the development. Player development has to be better. Somebody said their defense was excellent. I don't want another superstar trying to play GM. It's not happening. Shout out to Brendan. Do you think this team will try to pursue a superstar next season, or just to build through the draft existing players like Mikhail Clax? Well, first order of the business, we got to sign CJ. That's the first thing. So sign CJ.
Handle your garden before you try to buy furniture and all that shit for your house.
Exactly.
Clean your house before you try to buy furniture. Like, trim your garden before you try to get flowers. Handle your own shit before you try to expand. Like, pretty much.
These are W sayings from Chubbs. I love to hear it.
I'm not trying to go into the offseason right now, but sign CJ and draft. We need to draft the point guard and draft the big man. That's my thing for the offseason.
I don't think this team trades for a star. I think we're done with that. Even though obviously, like, sometimes you're like, dude, I just want a point guard, but like that's not instantly gonna happen. Like, maybe like if you get like a role player, just like a role player, but that's different. You're gonna have to build through the draft, and you're gonna have to draft a point guard, and you're gonna have to draft a center, like AJ said, because that's where we clearly lack. And in the offseason, you have to figure out also with your bench, because I mean, if I mean, our bench isn't good. I mean, we probably have like one of the worst benches in the league, given like just with everything. Honestly, so you have to re-sign Cam Johnson, and I think he's so worth bringing back too, because it's like, I mean, he's on a restricted deal. I mean, we had all the powers in our hands. We control what we want to do with Cam Johnson. We totally control that. You just have to upgrade that. It's been thrown in our face. Like it's been thrown in our face for years now. The center's always been an issue. We still don't have a true center. Dayron isn't playing at all. Claxton still isn't really a true center to me, but he's played all right. And I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie's your starting point guard. What else do I have to say? He played 41 minutes and had 12 points and 6 assists. I mean, you can in 41 minutes. I mean, you gotta like
that's decent for a backup point guard, but when you're the starting point guard and you're gonna be closing, you gotta give us a little
41 minutes. He had 41 minutes. He had the most minutes out of everyone on everyone who played.
That
he
is
tied
disgusting.
with Bridges and Cam Johnson. He played 41 minutes.
That
I mean, for that production, pitiful.
Yeah. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah. So let's talk about Game 3 before we get out of here, man. What do the Nets? This is a must-win game. What do the Nets have to adjust? You got to make another adjustment. What are the adjustments for Game 3? Whoever wants to.
I truly feel like it's all the same shit. I truly do, because like it's all just not leaving guys open.
Especially Tyrese Maxey.
Don't leave Tyrese Maxey open.
Don't leave Tyrese Maxey.
I don't know what's so
difficult
difficult about not leaving Tyrese Maxey open, the one guy who constantly kills and shoots 40% from the 3-point line. I mean, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I don't understand. And you have to go in and you have to figure out your offense, because, I mean, offense has been an issue. It's been an issue for the last 2 games. I mean, it's awful.
Moment.
I mean, you can't score 84 points in a game. You can't do it. 84, we're not in 1974. What are we doing? You got to figure that out. You got to have the ball needs to keep flowing. You gotta get a game from Spencer. You got to get some production from Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, good lord. Claxton has to be better. I'd like to see some if he can get something on the offensive end and be able to play more, because we need him defensively and we need him for the rebounds. Obviously, like, playing small did kind of work, but I mean, you can play Claxton. Like, you can do it. Like, we know what he's capable of. He just needs to be better.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah.
Game 3.
Bottom line, defend home court.
Yeah.
Defend home court. Point blank. Period. Adjustments. I don't really expect anything huge. I think it's going to be just similar.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe try to let Embiid be who we say he is.
Play one-on-one.
Force Embiid to carry the fucking team, because it's not like we don't have fucking 3-and-D wings to stop a Maxey or a Harden. You know.
Do you feel like the Nets did mixed it up today, or it was just all doubles?
It was the same shit.
Same shit. Yeah.
Same shit. Definitely. Like, there was at one point we really didn't do anything different from Game 1 to Game 2. The only difference was Sixers just shot out of their minds in Game 1.
Yeah, they shot bad. They were most of them.
The second half
outside of Tyrese.
The second half was a complete. It was like the meme of Spider-Man pointing to Spider-Man. Like, it was the exact same thing that happened in Game 1. That second half was Game 1. Second half was Game 1, because all we did was leave shooters open. How are you going to leave Tyrese Maxey open? I mean, you don't need to be a coach to know to not leave him open. And
we're acting like
you're
it's
getting
just fodder
absolutely
around
out hustled. You're getting absolutely out hustled. A lot of second chance points. I mean, we get 2 a game, and they get 25. I mean, come on, you can't have that happen.
Yeah, and have a backup plan for defense too. Like that's important, because if your trump card is we're just gonna double Embiid when he gets it, that's the most scoutable shit in the world. Because Embiid literally had wonderful passes every time we doubled him at one point in that second half.
Yeah.
It's kind of the reason Tyrese Maxey ate.
Because I'm like, we were leaving Tyrese. Whoever, I don't know what the Sixers did, but they adjusted something, and Tyrese Maxey got. I mean,
another thing, you can't double Embiid from the 3-point line. Why would you do that?
That
Why
was
would you-
terrible.
Why
That was
would you why would you double him from the 3-point line? You got players coming from the other side who's guarding Tyrese Maxey. I'm gonna go get Embiid.
There
And
was a
leave Tyrese
possession. You
Maxey
saw the
open.
possession where we
That
triple
was
teamed Embiid at the.
best
Y'all saw that when we triple teamed Embiid at the 3-point line. It was like
Why
Spencer DFS.
why are you
and-
triple teaming Embiid from the 3-point line?
I was like, what?
Has he shot maybe 2 threes this whole series, man? Come on.
Bro.
And we were doubling him from the mid range, and it was working.
Yeah.
And when he got to the elbow and stuff, it was working in the first half.
Yeah.
And you decide, oh, let's make him even more of a non-factor and let him facilitate like he's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Come
That
on,
was
man.
another thing. The doubling thing was at halftime. After halftime, we went back to the crazy doubling. But in the beginning of that first half run, we did a little bit of the 2-3 zone doubling, like mid range when Embiid dribbles or when Embiid's about to shoot, kind of doubling. And it's like, why did we change that? Let me read some of the chat. Someone gonna give CJ a bag. Hopefully it's us. We use
better be
Dayron.
us.
Game 3, foul Joe and make him a free throw shooter all game. Even if he shoots 40 free throws is best. 2 points is better than threes. Dante guard to the perimeter and convert to shots. Shout out to Drill. He said hopefully the Nets offer him a bag, CJ. And D Monster, I'm going to be on the Raptors. Ime is going to be on the Raptors roster. No, I think he's going to go to he's got
He'll probably go to
choices.
Houston.
He got choices.
And I feel like a lot of our adjustments have to cut, like obviously with defense, but it was like a lot of what we were doing in the first half was working. And yeah, they weren't really making their shots, but I mean they weren't wide open. I mean, I thought we did a pretty solid job defensively in the first half. You held them to 96 points. You're usually if a team scores 96 points, you're usually supposed to win that game.
You can't let a game like Harden and Embiid both play like this, trash like this, and they still won.
That's why
Like,
I don't even like everyone's.
I don't know if they're gonna play like this again. Are they gonna play like this again?
And AJ, we were talking about Embiid, right? And how you should just let him score. We don't have the offense to let him cook. We don't have the offense to do it. We can't trade buckets with Embiid. We can't.
Is Harden gonna shoot? Is Harden gonna give you 8 points again and shoot 2 for 8 from 3 and 3 for 13? Is Embiid gonna give you 20 on 6 and 11, 0 for 1 from 3? He had 8 foul shots though. I mean, Tobias Harris has 20, PJ Tucker 0, everybody else 0. Paul Reed 6, Melton 9. Like
they had 96.
Are they gonna
points.
shoot like this again?
They had 96 points.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't lose the game in this day and age of the NBA. You can't have 84 points. I mean, come on. This isn't the Larry Bird era. Like, come on, you can't score 84, and it's 96 points. You have them below 100.
Shout out to A Train. He said, "Guys, the double team did not do us in. We can't score. Spencer is trash in 2 games. We can't have 2 guys scoring and everyone else running around like chicken lost their heads." That's a fact. It's a fact.
Philly didn't even score 30 at all in any quarter.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's insane.
Tyrese Maxey, man. Tyrese Maxey is like, he really saved him tonight because outside of him and Tobias at times, it was like, bro.
How do you have 14
their offense is almost as bad as ours?
How do you have 14 points in the third quarter? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, this offense is awful, man. Awful.
Yeah. Is it free CT in game 3? What are the chances? Put it in the chat right now. What are the chances that we free CT in game 3 right now before we get out of here?
Man, I don't even know.
Are we gonna free? Is there gonna free CT?
I'm being really honest. I'm being so honest. I'm being genuinely honest.
Okay.
How much does that impact like what we just saw?
Damn.
Like, okay, we understand a point guard of Cam Thomas's stature. He's gonna improve your offense. But the defense is a completely different story. You saw how he got cooked on the glass, and you want to add a shorter point guard to it. But hey, he gets 40, so let's. You know what? Put him in. He gets 40.
I mean, he might be a better option than Spencer Dinwiddie at stupid last name.
Yeah, not probably, but
the chat is saying for
you're throwing away. You get smaller. Like you get smaller.
The chat is saying 0%. I see 100 zeros right now. I see so many zeros. The chat has no faith that CT is gonna get freed. Wow.
I mean,
All right,
but Chubbs, we do play Joe Harris and Seth Curry on defense. So I mean, they both
Damn.
play defense. So
That is true.
Yeah.
But
All right.
then
y'all.
again,
we yo
Like,
and the
mind
only
you,
other
you can't
guy
put three. You
we have
can't
Joe
put three negatives. But yeah, come on now.
we have Joe Harris and Seth Curry, and those are the 2 out of the 3 guys on the bench. And you know who else we have? Royce O'Neal shooting 2 for 11 from the field and 2 for 9 from 3. Nice, love to see it. Beautiful. Hey, I will give Royce O'Neal credit though. He was very positive. He was a very huge plus on the defensive end. But man, his 3-point shooting is always iffy. You never know with him.
Yeah. Let us know. Hit that like button for us. This
Secure our
game
pain.
3, man. This is do or die. It's either
Hey.
we win this game or we're packing up.
You know what? Only 2 more games. That's where I'm going with it. Only 2 more
Cancun.
games in my life can be okay.
If we don't win game 3, it's 1, 2, 3 Cancun. But if we win game 3,
Imagine getting
things can change.
You know what? Imagine getting swept in back-to-back playoff series. Oh my gosh! Come on.
Yeah, bro.
If you do that, you might as well just lost in the play-in.
Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts. The pain hurts. Follow us on Instagram. That's Kingdom1. Make sure you drop a like on all our Instagrams, all our TikToks, Twitters, www.netskingdom.net. Hit that too. You make sure you hit that too. All our links is on there, yo. Damn, man, it's like could have won this game, man. I just feel like this was the most winnable game.
We're the Brooklyn AJ. Don't even like this is when you have to lower your expectations out. We're the Nets. We're not gonna ever win a game.
Yeah. This hurts. I hate this. I told y'all this before. I hate this false hope the Nets always do. Like
this is a playoff series for the Brooklyn Nets without an actual point guard. You're not going into this game with a win. You're not gonna win,
bro.
You're not gonna win against an actual playoff team. No, it doesn't matter what it is.
Like,
Maybe I am being a negative Nancy or whatever, but I don't give a fuck. I'm at the thought where it's like, dude, are we just gonna be bad forever? Like, and I know I'm like jumping the gun for sure, but it's like, obviously it just kicks in, and I'm like, dude, everything just looks so bad. Like, how do you even do that? Like, I understand like this team got together or whatever, but like, I mean, some of this stuff is unexcusable. Like, you can't be that stagnant on offense.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back, man. This is, like I said, it's game 3, do or die. Do or die. All right, y'all.
I'm going ghost!